What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. We're focusing on the prospect profiles for the 2016 NHL entry draft. Pierre Luc Dubois, who is off to the Canadian World Junior Camp as a draft eligible. He's currently skating for the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles up in the Q and has tidy 43 points in 30 games. Not bad for a 17-year-old. Good mix of goals and assists, 19 and 24. No Cy Young candidate here. We talked about that with Gauthier. But I think his all-around game is amazing. That's a big reason why he's been on Hockey Canada's radar. For the WJC, it is rare to see draft eligibles make the team, but his skill set is to that point where he can be among the best players in the world. Be playing against guys that are 2 years older than him, and still do some great things. I mean. I like his physical game. He's a good size kid. He's 6'3", 200 pounds, and I think he can possibly grow into being a bit of a power forward at the next level. With his tenacity, with his physicality, with the size, and be that guy that can not only go out there and give you a physical presence, but can also score the big goal or make the big play. And we've seen as his years gone, he's had some peaks and valleys offensively this season. His game logs the other night, but I think all in all, very, very good offensive player. Along with Evgeny Shvenikov, Detroit Red Wings prospect, the best offensive player on the Screaming Eagles. So, again, this kid's game is only going to get better. And last year as a 16-year-old, he had 45 points in 54 games. For Cape Breton, so that's a pretty good sign too. He's almost equaled his totals from last year, and his development is a nice steady progression. I see him going to the top 15. I think top 10 is definitely possible if he finishes the second half strong. I mean, Bob McKenzie said this about the draft eligibles that make the World Junior Camp. Hypothetically, let's say makes and he's the 13th forward. Don't hold that against him, because how many top picks don't make that team. Whereas opposed to if he's out there and does some pretty big things, he can go out there and that'll definitely elevate his stock. The World Juniors with draft eligibles should only help and not hurt them, regardless. That's just my opinion on the matter, and I'm parroting what Bob McKenzie said, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad guy to parrot when it comes to hockey. But again, bottom line, I see him as a top 6 forward in the NHL. I see him going to the top 10 or the top 15. Possibly top 10 of the 2016 NHL entry draft, and he's a guy you hear about for a long time. Anyway, that's all episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.